Hi everyone, it's Annie from the Phoenix Healing. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It's Friday, November 7th, 2025. And I wanted to come on and do a little video about what we can expect for this month of November, especially what it means in numerology and especially with the energy going on right now. November is that 11/2 energy because 11 is one of the master numbers. It's the spiritual channeler, the messenger, the psychic, the medium, the luminist. And then two energy is very much like the love, the mediator, peacemaker, and definitely feel we could use a lot more love and peace in the world because there's so much going on right now in the world. And I'm finding most souls are quite sensitive and are definitely feeling it. If you're someone even who watches the news a lot, do yourself a favor and take a break from it this month of 11/2. I know I stopped watching the news several years ago because it was nothing but, fear mongering and a lot of spreading misinformation and government distracting you from something else and literally just toxicity and quite a lot of bullshit. And there's nothing if you like high drama if you're a high drama person, you're going to gravitate to that type of stuff because it's going to feed that chaotic energy that's in you. But if you're stable and you're grounded and you're doing the work and you're healing, you're just not even going to fucking pay attention to it because it's not feeding your soul or anything. It's just trash. But instead, of watching two or three shows, pick one. And if you think about it, they're all just saying basically the same things over and over again, anyways, and it becomes a colossal waste of your precious time. So, avoid the news, the media this month, and try to concentrate on choosing one show that you really gravitate to, something that's going to feed and nourish your soul and your heart. Like maybe there's like, I know there's not much, a lot of great television nowadays, but go back to old school. Like maybe there's like a rerun of I Love Lucy or Bewitched or some of the old shows in the movies, like hell, even the Golden Girls, Seinfeld, Friends, my favorite show, Buffy, just like watch something that's going to feel really good to you, and concentrate on that because with all the energy going around, we really need stuff that's going to keep us at a higher vibration and something that's going to bring joy. And also especially with avoiding like the news and media outlets, like whatever you do not click on every headline that catches your attention because that literally is what's going to send you down a rabbit hole and will ultimately make you feel depressed or angry. So definitely be very mindful on the choices that you make this month, especially regarding what you choose to read, what you choose to watch. And also a big thing that's very important to be aware of and to be mindful of this month of 11/2 is how much self-care is important. Um, you know, the 11/2 energy is very powerful, and you definitely may find that you are more in tune with your emotions. And if there's a person in your life that asks you to go someplace when you really do not want to, just say no. It's really important to have like those boundaries in place. And that's part of like your maintenance but also self-care. And nothing knocks down your physical immunity faster than doing things you don't want to do. And not only that, but it's like that people pleasing mentality, and you want to step away from that. You want to make sure that you take care of yourself. Like one thing, especially everything that I've learned um, through my healing process and everything that I've gone through is like I'm not willing to make myself uncomfortable to make someone else comfortable. Like you need to be able to, hold firm with your boundaries because that also shows respect for yourself and love for yourself. And you're not willing to. Dim your light or lower yourself to somebody else. Like you're going to take care of you, you're going to prioritize you, and you really need to do that. um some helpful suggestions what you can do this month of 11/2 to take care of yourself. Find ways to manage your stress. Do some breathing exercises, meditation or yoga. I personally love doing Pilates. I've always been a big fan of Mari Windsor. Fortunately she's no longer here on the earth plane, but she has an amazing series of workouts with her Windsor Pilates. Highly recommend it, especially if you're not really big in cardio and strength training, even though that is important, especially women. Um, do some Pilates. Like, I love that. It's really nice and it's gentle on your body too. And also be grateful, before you get out of bed. Name 10 things you're grateful for. And especially if you're in America, or even if like you're American and you're living in a different country now, because at the end of the month it's Thanksgiving and it's a whole philosophy of being grateful, of having gratitude. So be more mindful, but also be grateful. Be mindful of what you're putting out into this world too. And also by doing this, by showing, more empathy to others, by being grateful, spreading that kindness and love and light, just by doing this, you're definitely setting yourself up to start the day out on a positive note. Other things to do, like organize a space where you spend the most time, throwing out what you do not need will make you feel much better mentally. And if you find you need some help, do not hesitate to ask for it. Life can sometimes be overwhelming, so confide in a good friend, family member, or a healthcare professional. Also, especially, when it comes to decluttering or cleaning, there's no shame in asking a hired professional for, a cleaner, or even like now people who are really, really great, like, like Monica Geller character, like from Friends, like the OCD, like the tidiness of everything, like really good with organization, with the cleaning and their businesses because people struggle sometimes, and it doesn't mean you're a bad person or someone's wrong with you. Just some people have strengths and some people have weaknesses, and some like strengths are, making good meals, like, doing laundry. Maybe some like weaknesses are like have a hard time cleaning up after themselves or decluttering or keeping things tidy. Like no one's perfect. We all have faults. And there's no shame in asking for help. Of course, it's like a big emphasis, especially being an 11/2. There's like really, if you need help with something like that, do that. And especially if you're struggling like mentally or emotionally, healthcare professionals who you work with. Like I'm a really big fan of obviously traditional and holistic care because I had experience in traditional care, healthcare for over 10 years, and now I'm more holistic. So you gravitate to who you gravitate to for your help. Definitely make an effort this month to add some foods to your diet that you know are good for your health. Be sure to do some exercise. Make getting a good night's sleep a priority. Not getting enough sleep can make you cranky, and that's no fun. Magnesium. Listening like it helps really much, helps with like the sleeping too. That'll help, if someone is struggling with anxiety and having to relax at night, sometimes like a little um healthy alternative like the vitamins um, will help you sleep. I know some people have really good success with melatonin as well. It really just depends because also remember, I have to say this too, is working in healthcare for so long, like everybody's going to react differently. I know one time I tried melatonin and I had a horrible reaction to it. So I definitely I don't take that. But whatever is going to help you take care of you, because by focusing on your own self-care, you will have the strength to take on whatever else comes your way. Something else to emphasize too, especially being, this whole thing of like togetherness and with all the emotions that are going on this in the world, and especially with this month. So when was the last time you got together with your friends or even had a really good laugh that you cried? I definitely suggest if you have a nice solid group of friends, do a game night this month if at all possible. I love game nights. Those are fun. I haven't done one of those in a long time, but game nights are absolutely fun, especially with the right people. Yeah, that's a good night. That's a good time. And if you're not able to do something like that, spend time with people in your life who make you laugh. And if you have no one in your life like that, then pick a funny movie that tickles your funny bone. Because in this month of 11/2, laughter will be your best medicine. And if you have big plans in business, you can make some real headway in this month of 11/2. Just trust your inner voice when you're speaking and let it be your guide to success. And as for love, the 11/2 energy is good for that as well. If you are single, be proactive in meeting new people and opening yourself up to having a wonderful person sharing your life. And also, too, remember we got that 11/11 portal coming up in a few days as well. So things that you would like to, bring in for yourself. Um, Definitely. work with that energy. I always say, especially on the big portal dates, like for 8/8 and 11/11, get yourself in a nice space, take out your paper, your pen, have a small white tea light candle, write out the stuff you want to bring in. And then I like, how my practice is always to like at the end, writing stuff out, I thank God, the universe and higher realms. I have faith and trust that um, my wishes, hopes, and prayers will come to fruition in divine timing. Um, and if not, something better. And thank you, thank you, thank you, amen. And then you either can fold it up or you can put the tea light candle right there on it and light it and just wait till the tea light candle disperses and goes out itself. But that's a nice little thing to do too. And the next, to be aware of, especially with the next few days when 11/11, the portal comes open too. And I definitely feel with like the energy, there's like a lot of stuff that's been going on too. Like, especially we're just coming out of that full moon energy. I definitely notice um and then this is something obviously I've always noticed with full moons, that the energy, the chaotic energy, intensity of people, the emotions are stirring even more, like where people, what is that phrase? Crash out, where people can have these outbursts, like can have like psychotic episodes, mental health crises, and just lashing out. But I also noticed too, because this full moon in Taurus was in Taurus, and Taurus is, you know, um, the planet that's associated with Taurus is Venus, and Venus is about love and beauty, um, pleasure, sensualness. Like, I did notice, especially for myself, holy shit, did like the importance of like making really good food. I really was feeling it the past 3 days, and I was like making it, like made my chocolate chip pancakes. I made like my like really good vegan chili. I was just making a lot of home made meals. And there was one day I did treat myself, though. I got some vegan sushi because I was really feeling it. And I felt like the Taurus energy, this full moon in Taurus, was absolutely, I was feeling it in the food sense because I'm also actually a Taurus moon. So I always say the best things that I like to enjoy, that feed my soul and bring me comfort and joy, is eating really good food with good people, having a good conversation, a nice ambient setting, really good. But of course, just eating like really good food too, because I am a foodie. And Taurus moons especially, it's all about the pleasures, and just like as soon as you take that bite out of something, yeah, that's good. Especially if it's good. And of course, obviously, if it's shit, it's like, ugh. But generally, you want generally, especially Taurus, and with that Taurus moon energy, the food is generally really good. So I definitely would say, like, especially like these past 3 days, there was like more gratitude, time in nature, determination, the energy of steady progress, self-acceptance, simple pleasures, homemade meals, and doing taking more financial dependence. And there was definitely less bad attitudes, focusing on failure, stagnation, stubbornness, self-centeredness, food that doesn't feel shit food, buyer's remorse, and codependence. Like, I definitely felt like it wasn't, yes, we were dealing with some crazy stuff like this full moon, or at least I was witnessing that. And I also did witness a lot of car accidents actually too. These past 3 days. It was one of those things where it's like, oh my God, just please get to your destination to and from safely, and just, yeah, be okay. Um, it's always a good thing to have a cross in the car, especially for religion, or whatever religion you have. As a Christian, like I have my Saint Christopher and Mother Mary and Jesus Rosary in that car. But whatever religion you believe in, whatever faith you believe in, a lot of people have that, hanging from the rearview mirror. Of course, saying some prayers too on the way helps. But I definitely was feeling like that there is a lot of accidents that are happening. There is that high energy, but there is like that mix because of it being in a full moon in Taurus, there is that calming energy, more grounding energy than what it could be. Because also Taurus, remember, is an earth sign. So earth sign is generally more grounded because it's not that type of energy where it could like go chaotic or crazy, like if it was in a fire sign or even an air sign, because things can move very swiftly and can get out of hand pretty quickly, uh, with those two elements. Um, so I hope that people were feeling, despite it being a full moon, that other people were experiencing more grounded energy as well, but also more pleasures, like taking things in that are nice to the soul, that are enjoyable to the soul as well. I will mention too that I am starting to do TikTok live. So if you are on TikTok, I invite you to follow me. And during the lives, I do, Oracle and Tarot card readings, a little bit of numerology as well. So if you're on TikTok, I invite you to follow me and be a part of it. And you never know what will come through for you, especially if you're watching it live and you ask a question during it. With that said, I do have a full list of services on my website, phoenixhealing.com. So if you're interested in learning more what I have to offer and what I do, feel free and check that out. So yeah, with that said, I think the November energy, like we are in that 9 world year, and I know a lot of people are wanting to close out things that no longer align because they want to work with that 9 energy, of completion and getting things out, especially before 2026 happens. So this is a great time to really invest more in yourself, invest in what you want to do for yourself. How can you start paving the way for 2026 to come? And if you are interested, I should note this too, if you're interested in what 2026 will bring you, I also offer the personal year reading, and how that will go for you next year. So that's also listed on my website as a service I do. So, with that said, take care of yourself this year. Well, yes, especially this year, but especially even this month, especially being that 11/2. Focus on yourself, have your boundaries, take care of your self-care, do things that are resonating to your soul, that are pleasurable to your soul, to your senses. Like, can even say, like if you're feeling stressed out, if you can afford it, get a little massage, do a little pampering for yourself, even get a manicure or pedicure, doing something that will make you feel, beautiful, make you feel good, and just give you some peace, and that will silence the brain and silence things to like shut down, like so you can really invoke your senses and just be present and enjoy what's going on. There's such a lot of like just pleasure and just harmony in this world. Bring yourself back into oneness, bring yourself back into harmony. And of course, if you're interested in energy healing session, I do 2 modalities that I work with, that helps bring you right back to center and relieves anxiety and depression, amongst other things that I do. But this is definitely a time to concentrate on yourself, and for you to take care of you, implement boundaries, and really just focus on you and be mindful of your energy, and other people, but stay true to yourself and um, stay grounded and really try not to let others influence you, and stay true to yourself and do what feels right for you. So, with that said, I hope everyone has a really great rest of your day. Again, it's Friday, yay! So, have a wonderful, start to the weekend, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.